Welcome to my new first run podcast, Doctor Love Your Life. My name is Lil Surprenant. I'm a life coach for physicians. I'm a practicing IM hospitalist. I'm a mom of two boys. I'm a wife. I'm a reader. I'm a kind of sort of runner. I'm a beach lover. I'm a procrastinator. I'm all the things. But welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. I want to warn everybody, I'm a little salty on the language. So if you're not a person who wants to hear adult language, it's probably not the place for you. But that's okay. So the first thing I want to say is why I'm putting out what I would term a janky podcast. So I'm a really great life coach, got no doubts about this, but I seem to want to filter myself from getting shit out in the world. So what I'm doing is putting the things out there, whether it is polished or not, whether I think someone will like it or not. I'm just opening myself up to the experience, to the discomfort, and hopefully for surely, I'll just get better and better and better. The audio will get better, the content will get better, my organization about it will get better. But the great thing about it is nobody's forcing anybody to listen to a podcast. So if someone thinks it sucks, they can just stop. So it's no big deal. And that's the spirit of playfulness and no big dealness that this whole series is started on. Oh, and the other thing is, if I don't like it, if I do get fancy and polished and super professional at some point in my podcast output, I can take this shit right down. So welcome, more to come. This is going to be a lot of fun. And so the other big thing, the thing that I do, my mission with my clients is to help physicians create a life they really love. And a lot of times that's doing new things and they're creating different things than they've had before. And so this is also me showing my people that you can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can put it out there anyway. So welcome. Hello, my friends. My name is Lil Surprenant. I'm a physician life coach, and this is podcast episode 1. I'm doing a limited series on how to make friends as an adult. It's something that I really love to talk about. I really think having friends is super important. And I need to get started in the podcast world, and this seems like a good way. So I appreciate you being here, and let's get started. So, how to make friends as an adult. One of the things that people say all the time is it's really hard to make friends as an adult. I think this is actually not true, and I want you to quit saying this to yourself. When you think it's hard to make friends as an adult, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I want you to think instead, people want to be friends, because this is totally true. Everywhere you go, other adult women are looking for friends. Maybe they're not aware of it, they're not actively doing it, but people want to be friends. And I also want to say people want to be friends with you. So that's something that I want you to think. People want to be friends with me. People want to be friends. That's just the start. Why do we care about having friends? And this is the big thing. This is why I care about this as a person, as a coach, as a human. The quality of our relationships really determines the quality of our lives. We may think it's how much money we make or how much success we have in our career, how much our patients love us, which is a relationship. But really, when we look back at our lives, the quality of our lives boils down to the quality of our relationships. So friends, for me, is a big part of the relationships that I want to have. I also want to share a little story quote from the famous writer Kurt Vonnegut. He has an essay where he's talking about what he thinks every couple who's fighting is really fighting about. It's a long, drawn out story, but the quote that I love is what he says that everyone is saying is, "You are not enough people." So, we used to get married. We were married into an extended family. So we actually got more people to be with. We got, all the brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles of the other person. So Kurt Vonnegut says, what do women want? Women want more people to talk to. So when they got married into a family, they got a lot more people to talk to. What do men want? They want someone to pal around with. And he says they want people not to be so mad at them. I thought that was pretty funny. So when men get married, they get a lot more people to slap on the back and be part of a family. In our culture, we often don't have that anymore. So now when we get married, we have kids, we're often actually more isolated than we ever were. So that's the reason that I think we need to consciously cultivate friendships as adult women. And I want to help you do that. So I'm really good at making friends. And it's not because I'm some special jazzy person, but the reason I'm good at making friends is I do it on purpose. Like I realize, and I want you to realize also, that I want to have friends. You want to have friends. And so I'm looking for friends. And I also think that other people want to be friends. So I'm saying this again. I want you to think people want to be friends. People want to be friends with me. I'm a good friend. I am fun to be around. This is the start of how you change your filter when you go through the world interacting with people. You're starting with the basic assumption that other people want to be friends, not that it's hard to make friends. So that's like the basic starting ground. And even if that's all you ever did is just change your filter for it's hard to make friends to people want to be friends with me, you'll make more friends.